Welcome back guys, the musical teacher, and this section 5 of this topic is disease and response. So if you want to answer these questions, please get a piece of paper, a pen, and pause this video to note these questions. So pause this video now for these questions, and I'll be reading them now. Pause them quickly before I do them in 30 seconds. So, define pathogen, microorganisms that causes infectious disease. And give 3 examples of disease-causing microorganisms. My bad for speaking like this. Virus, bacteria, fungus, and protists. And describe 3 non-specific defenses the body uses to prevent infections. So enzymes in tears, cilia and airways, skin, hydrochloric acid in stomach, hairs and nose. So I basically pause this video and copy this table down, guys. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. So if you didn't, please pause this video and we'll carry on. So viral disease, pause this video again while I read it out. So measles by breathing in droplets in the air, spread by coughing. Symptoms are fever and red skin rash. Prevention is vaccination. Cover mouth with hand when coughing / sneezing. HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, and this is by sexual contact, bodily fluids and blood transfusion. The symptoms are flu-like illnesses, repeat infections as immune system compromised, and eventful death. And preventions, there's no cure currently for HIV, which is quite sad, but to prevent from getting these, you need use barrier methods, so like condoms, do not share needles, and tobacco mosaic virus, this is a plant virus. This is discoloration of leaves, lack of photosynthesis and plant growth. So next, please pause this video. This is bacterial disease. I'll give you a couple of seconds to write this down. So, if you didn't get it, please pause this video to copy all this down. So, Salmonella, this is by food which has not been cooked properly or prepared hygienically. So, symptoms are fever, abdominal cramps, vomiting and diarrhea. Preventions are chicken, vaccination, vaccinated against Salmonella. Next one is gonorrhea, STI, thick, yellow or green discharge, pain when irritating. Another one, barrier method, contraception, and both of these, remember, antibiotics will help you, please. Now, next few, if you don't get this again, please pause the video. So malaria, vector, or mosquito bite, and symptoms are severe fever lead to death. Preventions are kill mosquitoes, use mosquito net. So the fungal disease, there's only one, rose black spot, spores carried by wind. Symptoms are purple or black spots on leaves, turn yellow and drop off, lack of photosynthesis and plant growth. Use fungicides and remove effectively. So the immune system, markers, antigens are markers on the surface of the cells that identify a pathogen as foreign. Antibodies attach antigens on a specific pathogen and cause pathogens to clump together. Toxins with poisonous gas that cause body harm, and antitoxins, chemicals that neutralize the effect of toxins. So pause this video again, guys. I don't emphasize this enough. And this is a question which I must ask you. Explain the process of phagocytosis or phagocytosis. Give it a couple seconds to answer this. If you don't get this, don't worry, you can pause this video. So, if you get the answers down, if you didn't, please skip ahead, please skip back, because these are answers. So, pathogens, antigens identified by white blood cells. White blood cells engulf trans pathogens in white blood cells that ingest or takes in pathogen and it digests it and breaks it down. So, vaccination. So, they give you a dead, weakened, or inactive pathogen infected into blood. This is simultaneously white blood cells to make correct antibody to destroy pathogens. Also creates memory cells or memory lymphocytes, and antibodies therefore made quickly on reinfections. So, vaccination programs are important to reduce the spread of infections through a population. So here's a graph question, please pause this, guys, answer the question again, and I'll give you the answer. So, less lag time, synchronizing production of antibodies, more antibodies, and longer lasting. You're probably wondering, antibiotics and resistance. Medicine used to kill bacteria. This cannot kill viruses. You're probably wondering why. Viruses invade your cells. Listen to evolution topic, how resistant strains of bacteria form via natural selection. How can we reduce the resistant strains of bacteria? So, reduce prescription of antibiotics. Patients should complete course of antibiotics. So here's a question for you guys. So I'll be reading the question out and giving you a couple of seconds. If you do, please pause this video to answer this question. So MRSA is a strain of bacterium that developed due to a mutation. MRSA is difficult to treat, so has led to high numbers of infections in hospital patients. Explain why. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to answer that. Please pause the video if you want extra time. I can do on that. So, oh, my bad. So, MRSA, not killed by antibiotics, a new strain of bacteria. Therefore, people not immune to it have produced antibodies for it, yeah. Patients in hospital are more susceptible to infections through weakened immune system. Developing new drugs, so you need to recall the process of drug testing and understand what is meant by double-blind trials. So preclinical trials, drug tested on animals, human cells and tissues. Then you put the clinical trials using double-blind trailing. And stage 1 is a small group of healthy volunteers, low dose testing for toxicity and side effects. Stage 2, small groups of patients, drug tests for efficiency and side effects. And stage 3, this is large group of patients, drug tests for large optimum dosage. Results of the trial published in journal and peer reviewed. Checks bias. So here's another question, guys. Please pause this video and I'll give you a couple of seconds to do it. So this is the test for toxicity check, not harmful, that they don't interact with other drugs / medication. Save the work, check if they treat the disease and find out optimum dosage. So in 2014 there was an outbreak of Ebola virus in Africa. At the time of the outbreak, there were no drugs to treat the disease, no vaccines to prevent infection. By 2015, there was estimated 9,850 deaths worldwide from EBD or Ebola. The number of deaths from Ebola continued to increase. The World Health Organization, or the WHO, decided it was ethical to use unlicensed drugs. The WHO said unlicensed drugs could only be given to people who give their permission. Also, any results that have been shared with other researchers and drug companies. Some vaccinations have shown positive results in animal testing, and vaccines have not been tested and tried in humans. The supplies of vaccines were low. At first, vaccines were only used for health workers. So here's a question. This will be the last question. I'll give you a couple of seconds. So, pros are might save some lives. Vaccine could reduce chance of future outbreaks. Patient made aware of risks and agreed to use drugs. Sharing of results could spread up development of effective vaccines / drugs. And use many for health workers to avoid risking all lives to health. Cons are could be dangerous or vaccine could harm a healthy person. Goes against legislation, laws,